It's interesting you mentioned the role you played in Four Weddings and a Funeral. I also read an article you wrote in the Sunday Times yesterday in which you were talking about that role that you played and how you were playing the role of a gay man as a gay man. And you were talking about this in the context of the comments from Tom Hanks, who says that if he had his time again, he wouldn't play that role he played in 1993 in Philadelphia of a gay man because he's straight and it wouldn't be authentic. But you disagree with him?
Well, I think it's a general principle here that actors really are involved in acting rather than being. We reach out to characters who are not us. And my point in the article was that, for example, as Gareth, he's only a tiny part of me is Gareth. And though I'm gay, it doesn't qualify me to play all the many different kinds of gay people that there are. It's a very simple idea that, simple and a dangerous idea that you can only play someone who you actually are. Although I think Tom Hanks's heart is clearly in the right place, I think it's a terribly important thing that we stress that actors are about imagination, about creating characters, thanks to the brilliant writing that, for example, Richard Curtis gave me, getting into the head of the author and into the head of the character. It's not autobiographical acting. It mustn't be and shouldn't be.
Society, it's all about not offending somebody like yourself who is authentic, who's an openly proud gay man, and the idea would be, well, how would that actor have that experience? You have no objection, you take no offence.
None whatever. None. It has to be. Think of all the wonderful performances that people who are not gay have given. John Hurt, Daniel Day-Lewis, Gyllenhaal and Heath Ledger in Brokeback Mountain. I mean, these are, or as far as I know, heterosexual actors who give utterly convincing, credible and illuminating performances as gay.
There's that brilliant story where Dustin Hoffman and Sir Laurence Olivier are in a movie, Marathon Man, which you'll remember. And Olivier plays the part of this crazed Nazi, ex-Nazi dentist. And Hoffman, who's this method actor, says to him, Sir Laurence, how do you intend to play this part of this crazed Nazi? And Olivier says, I intend to act, dear boy, he said.
Yes, indeed. It's a well-told story. Dustin actually denies that it was anything other than a pleasantry. It wasn't a criticism of him, Dustin. But no. It's all about acting. Is all about liberating something in yourself. So, for example, if I play Elijah J. Whitney in Anything Goes, I'm not, I hope, very much related to that functioning alcoholic. But the joy of being him is part of the pleasure I hope that the audience gets when they come to see a show.
Why do you think Tom Hanks came out and said that then? Is there pressure, do you think, in your industry? Is this the way things are moving, do you think?
There's pressure everywhere to conform to a certain series of ideas which have been generated in the last couple of years, all of which have huge implications. And you have to consider it seems like a terribly enlightened thing to say only people who are something should act them. But it's not. It's a limiting thing. It kills the imagination. It kills the liberation that you feel as an actor when you play somebody else. So I think Tom Hanks, who's a very kind and gentle and thoughtful man, was trying to ally himself to a sympathetic idea, but it's a dangerous one, in my view.